The 2022 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view has come to an end, but after the show went off the air, some secret things happened that fans were shocked about. In the only actual Hell in a Cell match, Cody Rhodes took on Seth freaking Rollins. Of course, prior to the match, it was leaked out that Cody Rhodes was severely injured after he tore a pectoral muscle. And this was done during a workout 2 days before the pay-per-view. But WWE tried to make it seem like Seth Rollins was somehow responsible. He wasn't. The true story was Cody was just lifting weights and he just lifted too many or he lifted them wrong and this pectoral muscle just snapped. And of course, at Hell in a Cell, we saw the aftermath of this injury and how serious it was, as his whole right side was black and blue and purple, and it looked bad. Many fans did like the match because having Cody Rhodes actually be injured and continue with the match and go through with it for over a half hour, they actually really liked it, and some fans say it's the best WWE match so far this year. Cody did go through with the match, obviously. Many fans were wondering, well, how is this possible? How is it possible that somebody with a serious injury, how would they be able to wrestle for over a half an hour and take some very serious bumps? Wouldn't it ruin your career, end your career? How did WWE doctors approve Cody to wrestle in this match? What was going on? Because many fans began to think, well, maybe this injury to Cody isn't real. Maybe it's just part of a storyline. And that's the thing with professional wrestling. You never know what's real and what's not, because they try to make you think that something is real when actually it's scripted. But in this case, the injury is real. It's not a storyline. It was a grueling match, but in the end, Cody pinned Seth Rollins, got the 1-2-3. Cody Rhodes won the match. But just seconds after the pay-per-view faded to black, WWE doctors ran down to the ring, and Cody Rhodes was in agony as he was screaming out in pain because of how bad that injury felt. And he told doctors that he regretted wrestling in the match because of how much pain he was in. And he told doctors he thought maybe his wrestling career was over and he made a horrible mistake wrestling in the match because he may have further injured his torn pectoral muscle, and now his career might be over. In fact, Cody was so hurt after this match, he was taken out on a stretcher, put in an ambulance, and taken to the hospital. And right now, Cody Rhodes sits in an emergency room as doctors are working to figure out what to do to reduce the severe pain that he is in and to try and save his wrestling career. But at this point, there is serious doubt whether Cody Rhodes will ever be able to wrestle again. And these very well might be the sad last days of Cody Rhodes in WWE. The real reason why Becky Lynch lost in the women's triple threat match at Hell in a Cell has been revealed. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair defended her title in a women's triple threat match against Asuka and Becky Lynch. Going into this match, Becky Lynch was the odds-on favorite to win. Many fans believed she was going to win. It looked like, in terms of the storyline, that it was all heading towards Becky Lynch getting the pin and becoming the brand new Raw Women's Champion. Sadly, for Becky Lynch fans, that didn't happen, and Bianca Belair came out victorious and retained her Raw Women's Championship. But you could tell that Becky Lynch was very upset about losing the match. This was not acting. This was obviously very, very real. And it could be that at some point late in the day, the decision by WWE officials to have Becky win was changed, and the winner was then decided to be Bianca Belair, and Becky was very, very upset about it because she probably thought she was going to walk out of Hell in a Cell with the Raw Women's Championship. Instead, she walked out empty-handed. WWE believes that Bianca Belair being champion right now is the best way to go and is best for business. Now, obviously, Becky Lynch fans have their opinions. Bianca Belair fans have their opinions. So the reasons why Becky Lynch lost the match was because the heel turn has not worked out as well as they may have hoped, and they believe that Bianca Belair right now is actually the bigger star than Becky, and they want to put the title on the person who's the bigger star. This is just what WWE officials are saying. This is what insiders say are happening in these meetings. WWE officials believe that Becky Lynch, she is busy being a mom, being a wife, and Bianca Belair, she's the one to put the title on and let her be the face of the Raw Women's division. Another reason why Becky Lynch lost was because the current plan is for Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair to have another match at SummerSlam this year. This is because last year at SummerSlam, Becky Lynch made her return and beat Bianca Belair in a matter of seconds. So WWE wants to have a big rematch at SummerSlam, and they want to have Bianca being the champion, and they want Becky to be the challenger. So they said, okay, Becky, you have to lose today at Hell in a Cell, but we're going to have you wrestle Bianca again for the title at SummerSlam. The question is, will Becky win that match? Obviously, at Hell in a Cell, things didn't go her way, and some fans are worried about Becky Lynch and whether or not she can get back to the superstardom that she had prior to turning heel. But obviously, at Hell in a Cell, it was a big setback for Becky, but most likely she will be able to overcome this, and she will once again be a champion very, very soon. What are your thoughts about Cody Rhodes being injured and his WWE career possibly coming to an end? And what are your thoughts about Becky Lynch losing at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you are notified when we upload a new video.